Preservation by demolition is not a good policy, and we're tearing this neighborhood down. This is another building. If you grew up in Manchester, you'd always smell the licorice. This is the Balch flavoring building. Don't know what's going in it right now. Don't know what's happening to it, but we do know that it's not part of any development strategy. It's just sitting here boarded up. Not much use happening with it. Again, we don't know what to say. I mean, there's just no development activity taking place in Manchester. Everybody wants to talk about Paillet. They want to talk about Chateau Street. They want to talk about maybe we'll get some houses built later. I want to talk about today, right now. We need to put this on the development list too, to talk about. We're going to have a community meeting, but I wanted to just walk around Manchester, let you walk with me to see what's not happening here. Manchester is the largest National Register historic district in Western Pennsylvania. These are Manchester's treasures. We need to begin thinking about ways in which we can save this neighborhood. Preservation by demolition is not a good policy, and we're tearing this neighborhood down. We have not had one affordable housing unit, brand new unit built in Manchester in the last 10 years. I don't care what the Housing Authority says. I don't care what the Urban Redevelopment Authority says. I know the facts and figures. The last new affordable housing units built were across the street. Hope 6. None has been built since then. I am pleading with Manchester residents to come to the community meeting so we can talk about this demolition policy that we have ongoing in Manchester. It's silent. No one thinks you notice. But you see these 2 blue signs on the door over here? These are the signs to tear these buildings down. Has anyone done a cost estimate? Have you seen it? Have you seen a housing plan or a housing strategy to save historic buildings in Manchester? Tell me something. If you live in Manchester and you're on the Historic Review Committee, if you're on the Preservation Committee, tell me what plans you've come up with that save these buildings. Tell me how you've benchmarked other communities nationally in terms of using their funds to save these buildings. We've got to do better than this. We did better than this before when we rehabbed houses. We've got to get back to this. Hell, these houses could have been sold for $1. There's been no marketing strategy, nothing. We need affordable housing in Manchester. Yes, I know what affordable housing costs. I've seen affordable housing from Houston, Texas, to Nashville, Tennessee, to Washington, D.C., all across the country. Betty Jane, Arthur Jane, Ralph, Linda Jo, Nelson, others. They built these units. They built them in conjunction with the city. You say we can't do affordable housing because it costs too much money to do affordable housing? That's what they said then, but we went out and raised the money. At least we ought to have a plan or a strategy to figure this out. We ought to have community meetings and keep talking about what it takes to build affordable housing in this neighborhood. Right now, Manchester is the most expensive African-American neighborhood in the city of Pittsburgh. We're next after East Liberty. We're not going to be an African-American neighborhood much longer. Let's have a community meeting and talk about this. We can do it when we put our shoulders together and make it happen. Mayor Gainey, Dan Lavelle, there was a reason we asked you to walk the streets of Manchester. You know, it's absolutely incredible that people will walk the streets when it's time to get elected, but somehow forget to come back. I know you think I'm lying. I know you may not like me telling the truth. There's a reason this street is named Arthur and Betty Jane Ralph Way, because they started this project. I helped them raise $25,000. We flew down to Nashville, Tennessee. We bought the land. We got the Urban Redevelopment Authority involved. But people are asking, why are these houses so expensive? Because it was supposed to be moderate income housing. I'm not knocking this project, other than the fact that it ain't done after 10, 15 years. What I am knocking is affordable housing was supposed to have been built down the street here. Instead, it's pure speculation that's being built down the street. There's no more plans to do affordable housing down here, other than wait for the TRID program. We may get some new houses down here. There's no plan for affordable housing. Not only is there not affordable housing in Manchester, historic preservation is losing. Historic preservation in Manchester simply means we tear down and wait. We get a lot. That's what we do. Well, we could have had affordable housing here on Columbus Avenue. We could have had affordable housing on Adams Street, Nixon Street, Belledale Street, Manhattan Street. All of these streets could have affordable housing. Instead, right now, what are we doing? Preservation by demolition. And everybody's sitting back, not saying a word. We need to have a community meeting to talk about this. I would have been at your last community meeting, but they had a policeman at the door. They wouldn't let me in. Yeah, let's be real about this and tell the truth. We need to have a community meeting and really talk about master planning for development. By my estimate, and I know more about affordable housing than a lot of you, we're looking at $100 million that we need just to keep our head above water. If not, preservation by demolition is going to continue, if that's what you want. Manchester is a minority black neighborhood. We want to make affordable housing available. Thank you.